Hi, I'm Lisa Jennings, Executive Editor of Restaurant Business, and I am here with Troy Hooper, who is CEO of Pepper Lunch. And Troy, I want to get caught up with you because Pepper Lunch has had some pretty extraordinary growth over the past 2 years. So let's just caught up. Globally,
540 globally.
units.
Yep.
Yeah. How many in the U.S. now?
9 open. We opened 3 in the Q1 of this year already.
Yeah, and these are all franchise, right?
These are all franchise.
Yeah. Although I want you to start off by telling me a little bit about you've opened a flagship unit in Irvine, in the Irvine Spectrum Center, which is like
True.
the birthplace of so many cool concepts.
Yeah.
So I want you to explain, and this is Paul Trans, right? So
This is right.
Your development
Yep.
person is now opening units. He has 6 on
Yep.
deck, right?
So he has 11 now. He just signed at the end of this month. End of April, he just signed for 5 more.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
he's up to 11 stores committed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell me about how this unit is different and how this will shape the growth of the concept in the U.S.
Yeah, the 3 new units we built, 2 traditional, 1 non-traditional, are our first new versions of the prototype we've been developing since we took over 2 years ago. And so it has all of these updated elements, right? It's just lighter, brighter, fresher. It also has kiosks and digital menu boards, which is new for us in the United States, and that's going very well for us. But it just has the new style design. It also has our new workflow kitchen, which we had redesigned the kitchen for the U.S. because what we see in the U.S. compared to in Asia is our average ticket has more entrees on it. More people are sitting together. We have more 4, 5, 6 tops in the U.S. than you do typically in the Asia food court model. And so we really needed to optimize to expedite the food for that. So here we actually have double workstations split by our make station. So in most of our stores, it's a 3-burner single station. Now we have a 4-burner double station. And so we can do 8 plates every 3 minutes. So we've really built the workflows in the U.S. To be modernized for the brand here.
Yeah, that's so interesting, actually. And so I know I visited, I think 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was before really you'd started working on the brand here in the U.S. And you were still kind of trying to figure out the whole off-premise thing. So tell me how you solved that problem.
Yeah, so for off-premise on the new design, we built a 3rd make station or a off-premise to-go make area that's separated from the primary dine-in make station and workflow. So we're separating that so we're not interrupting the in-store speed. And then we've added boxy lockers for our interior build-outs. When we have the opportunity or we have a necessity to put lockers outside, say in a corridor or external facing from our storefront, we'll use Apex lockers there. But we've built the locker system using DeliverEct as our inflow plug-in to Toast. And so if you place an order online for third-party delivery, first-party pickup and takeout, we've really optimized for that experience, both for our internal team's workflow and workspace, but also for the guest experience as well.
Weren't you looking at like those walks, those
We are. We've tested a few. There's been challenges. Some of those rotating walks come in very large drums. They're made for large batch, right? More like a Panda Express would need than because we do everything on a single entree per ticket, basically. And so we've actually found a couple, and we're getting ready to start testing. We're about 3 months behind on that project where I'd like to be, but really we got to get it right. And so getting these machines that are not only the right machine, but getting them UL certified and available in the US is always a challenge when they're made in China or Japan or Thailand. And so we are still on that project, and we expect that to come to fruition, where we're going to have this semi-automated system, programmable cooking system, that one person could make multiple dishes at a time, the way the customers ordered them online.
Very cool. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So you've got the 3 that opened this year so far, and how many on deck do you think?
We've got about 9 more that are going to open this year, so we'll get about a dozen, maybe max 15 open this year. But that's going to be a big wave in Q4, rolling into Q1 of next year. So in the next 12 months, we should open about 20 to 24 stores.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, and what states now? So,
oh my gosh, all of them. So Florida, Arizona, we'll have multiples in Florida and Arizona opening this year and early next. Utah will get more stores open. Quite a few in California. We expect Vegas to get a 2nd or 3rd store in the next 12 to 15 months. Oregon will get its first store this year. So yeah, quite the spread coming across the U.S.
And so you've got franchise groups, so you're attracting franchisees that are multi-unit, multi-brand operators. Right. But one of them is Carl Karcher's group.
That's right.
Explain a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Carl Karcher has, I think, 150 or so stores across three or four brands, and they made a commitment late last year to us for 20 units across California and Las Vegas, and they are off to the races. And
Yeah.
it just proves our thesis that a experienced, well-resourced, professional organization that's ready to take on a new brand and is committed to going fast can do that work and partner very quickly. And it's been a real thrill to work with them. And quite honestly, because they're in Dave's Hot Chicken, we've had quite a few Dave's Hot Chicken franchisees come talk to us, and possibly we have a couple on deck to join us because, if you're a Dave's Hot Chicken franchisee, you're going to have 3, 5, maybe 10. Karcher, I think, has 17 stores committed, but you kind of build out your territory and you're boxed in. And
Yeah.
so once they're sort of finishing that process, they're looking for the next thing, even if it's 2 or 3 years down the road. So that's been a real blessing for us. And they're a great, great group. They're just so amazing to work with, and they're just real great advocates. Carl himself has showing up to our D days and our open houses at some of these events, and just being a free ambassador. We're not even asking him to do that. So
Carl Senior? Or no?
Carl Senior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I should explain. Carl Karcher was the founder of Carl's Jr. and
Yeah.
now the son is actually operating mostly, right?
That's correct. Carl L and Carl J.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them, but they just
Yeah.
have different
Yeah.
middle names. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody who's well known in the industry and has
For
been
sure.
operating for a long time.
For sure.
Okay. So in terms of growth then going forward, tell me about where else you see this brand going in the U.S.
Yeah, so we are we have several deals on the table, and throughout the rest of this year, we expect to sell about 60 more stores this year. We are anticipating entering the Northeast. We expect to expand in Florida, and we're very close to starting the process in Texas. So we're going to see some stores in Texas late this year, early next year. So really, we're going where the growth demand is calling us. But we've recently opened up Canada, so we've completed all of our legal processes in Canada. We're going through the supply chain setup in Canada now. So we expect to see more stores growing in Canada. We have one in Vancouver today. And newsflash, you'll be the first to hear this.
Oh, I love that.
We have deals on the table in the UAE, in Oman. We are now beginning the process of looking for partners, masters, or large developers in the UK. And I got the green light a few days ago. We're going to go full speed for Brazil.
Well, fantastic.
Here we go.
Under, you have to explain now what Hot Palate is, and so what
Yeah,
you're-
so Hot Palate's the holding company that owns Pepper Lunch, and we have 6 regional offices and executives around the world. We run the business from Singapore, and I'm the Western Hemisphere CEO, basically. So
Okay.
everything under the North American, Central, and South American is under my purview. And then I contribute as one of the executive partners on the global brand. We're exporting a lot of the U.S. system, the franchise system, the sales system, the technology systems. A lot of our legal framework and our marketing framework is really being exported and collaborated with to modernize the brand globally. So
Interesting,
in
yeah.
that case, it's kind of a all hands on deck, everybody involved process.
Well, has this tariff chaos impacted you at all in terms of your growth plans?
So
or-
a little bit, but not too bad. We do import a lot of proprietary products from Japan, China, and Thailand predominantly. Currently, that's a 10% tariff. We're absorbing that for now. In the short term, when it was going to be 27+%, we have allocated a full-time supply chain procurement specialist on our team to monitor that. So we're
Yeah.
getting weekly updates basically to the entire executive team. And so we're monitoring that. For now, we anticipate absorbing and subsidizing that for as long as we can. I think that that's going to be temporary in length, while chaotic and maybe unpredictable and weird to deal with, because it's going to go, all these numbers are all over the place.
Right.
I don't anticipate it being a long-term impact. I think if there is a long-term impact, it will remain in that 10%, maybe 15% range,
Yeah.
which we will work with. We don't have too much of a choice. The raw products that go into our proprietary blends of our sauces and some of our other products are sourced in those countries because that's where the flavor profile and those ingredients come from.
Right.
And so we are somewhat married to this supply chain system.
Right.
While we have redundancy in Asia, and we're buying everything from a couple of suppliers and disseminating it to all 540 stores worldwide, we have leverage, we have power. and we're utilizing that.
And you have actually changed the menu a little bit for the U.S., right? So tell me a few examples of how.
Yeah, we modernized it. We basically decided there was no sacred cow 2 years ago. We were going to evaluate the entire menu globally on a country by country basis and as a brand. And we spent about 15 to 18 months really evaluating every vendor, every product, the source. We re-inspected all. We have first and third party QA/QC inspection of every supplier all the way back to the source. So we went through that exercise and we asked ourselves, in the U.S., is this the right menu? Size, shape, portion, flavor profile, fine tune the recipes. We ended up improving the ingredient quality on every dish. We ended up refining the recipes to better align with all of our Asia recipes, actually. They had sort of strayed a little bit to accommodate. And I feel like we want to deliver the authentic pepper lunch that from Asia here. And if we're going to have all new customers and train the consumer on our flavors, let's start with the authentic Asian import flavor profile. So we really refined everything sort of back to the center.
Yeah.
We eliminated about 9 items, added about 4, and we've seen about a 5x increase in sales on the new items compared to the old items.
So
consumers are responding.
You added, what did you add for the U.S.? I know
Yeah.
you took off like eel, scallop.
Indeed.
To me, I would love that.
Indeed. We changed the profile. So we added a teriyaki chicken, a very different product, a boneless thigh product, custom made. It's sous vide for us, marinated and flavored. We took away some combos that were confusing to the customer. We took away one of the 4 steaks. Now we have 3 steaks because the price point was too close, things like that. And then we changed some of the items. So where we had 3 seafood items on a dish, we made those individual salmon or shrimp rather than the combo of salmon, shrimp, and scallop.
Right.
So in thus creating a new dish from the existing profile.
Right. So simplifying it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Troy, thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks for joining.
Always great to spend time with you.
Yes.